Do you suffer from anxiety, from depression, maybe even chronic pain? Well, listen up. Truth Be Told is going to tell you about a breakthrough program built on over 100 years of therapies used in America's returning veterans to help you successfully overcome PTSD, anxiety attacks, pain, and depression. The secret proven in study after study. Music therapy. The effects of music are nothing short of amazing. From strokes to PTSD, music has been shown to improve the quality of life. Now, one of the latest music therapy programs being used in America's veteran hospitals can be yours to experience for free at home and to help your own anxiety attacks, pain, and depression. Or just relax after a hard day. It's called Whole Tones. It takes music therapy to a new level. This revolutionary program makes use of specifically designed frequencies that have been shown to stimulate your body's natural healing power down to a cellular level. If it works for battle-scarred vets, can it work for you? Well, experience it for yourself for free at sweetwholetones.com. Like Tony Sweet, that's S-W-E-E-T. Go to sweetwholetones.com. Now enjoy the show.
What's your thoughts on government cover-ups or covert societies attempting to control humanity? Do you believe in ancient astronauts, intergalactic communication, or extraterrestrial visitations? Ever had an experience with disembodied spirits or the paranormal universe? Are these subjects fact or fiction? Each week, Tony and Eddie explore these unbelievable realities and beyond. Exclusively on Truth Be Told.
Welcome back to Truth Be Told with Tony and Eddie. I'm your host, Tony Sweet.
And I'm Eddie Connor. We're delighted to have our co-host with us today, the fabulous Mr. John Williams.
Oh, thank you, Eddie.
Thank you. The topic of the show today is how to apply metaphysics to magnetize money, moolah,
We like money.
prosperity consciousness, financial freedom, and all of the fun stuff that goes with that.
Well, we are going to get started, so here we go. Woo! All right. Eddie.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to let you take it since you're the master
Oh, please.
of this universe.
I'm just So here's what happened, everybody. We had a cancellation.
We did have a cancellation.
And this is how professional and organized we are and sophisticated. All of us have decided we're going to band together and we're going to do a show off the cuff.
Out our ass.
That's going to be very helpful to you if you're wanting to magnetize money. Now,
That's how spirit works, right?
Yeah, that is how spirit works. And I'm a soul intuitive. John's very psychic himself, and so is Tony. And so we're talking about the metaphysics or the spirituality of how you can magnetize more money to you. That's the title of the show. And we're going to launch the show with 3 things immediately. So 3 things to remember on how you can actually attract. You will burn in hell, Tony. But thank you. I needed that, actually. I would love to know what you keyed in to get that.
Oh, my Lord.
So 3 things to remember in magnetizing money and financial freedom. Number 1, you have to have an intention. Right, John?
Right.
Like, what was Tony's intention just then? Aren't you curious?
I'm going to turn 5 shades of red.
There you go.
We're seeing things on the visuals here that you guys don't see on our
Yes.
monitors. So
That's true.
that's why we're laughing. For those that are like, what are they laughing at? Inside I
know.
missed something? Yeah.
Tony will show
It
you
was a
later.
kitty
Just
cat.
text him.
Oh,
was a
Lord.
kitty
Kurt is
cat.
rubbing
It's
off
the
on him.
opposite of a kitty cat. So 3 things to remember in order to achieve financial freedom, and that's number 1 is intention.
Yes.
Number 2 is achieving vibrational harmony with what you do want instead of what you don't want. And the 3rd thing is appreci-asking.
Okay.
So I want to ask right up front, what do you guys think blocks your financial freedom? What blocks
Me.
money from coming to you? And how do you block it, Tony?
I think I still have a fear of success and handling the money part of it.
Worry, fear, number
Yes.
1. That's
There we
always
go.
at the very, very top. Well, negative beliefs around it, which is the
Right.
fear, which is the worry. So why do you think you have fear of success? Because a lot of your listeners do. Why do you think you have that?
I think I can give a great example of. I know this is going back to my roots. I can Roseanne. You remember Roseanne,
Oh,
the
yeah.
series?
Yeah, because it
When-
was the Connors.
When Darlene went to college and she got offered a job for $30,000 a year for Midwest back then, that was a lot of money.
Which was more than her parents were
Right.
making.
And so she turned it down because she knew she could continue school and da-da-da. Well, the Connors, Roseanne and Dan and all the whole family started really treating her differently because now she was one of them, the other people. And I think sometimes I feel
Different class.
a different class, and it scares me a little bit to take me. Maybe it's going to change me, or maybe it's going to make other people look at me differently that used to be
New money.
Yeah,
Well, and
you know what I mean?
Like the
Does that make
Titanic.
sense?
He's new money.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Iceberg!
Didn't
That'll
help.
be your code word.
Old money, new money. It didn't really help them much, did it?
Yeah. But, when we were growing up, we moved away. We were poor. We lived in a trailer park, and it was a dirt road, yada, yada, yada. The state wouldn't even pave the road. They're like, they're trailers. They're not people. And we moved away, and when we came back a year later, they took the single wide we had in the trailer park we lived in, and then they backed in a double wide trailer.
Ooh.
And you know why?
Moving up.
Because
Why?
we had two trailers in one. But we backed the two trailers up together, and a lot of the kids and adults in the trailer park started treating us like we were haughty because it was a fully furnished trailer
Woo.
with house-type windows. And
Ooh
not
la la,
everybody-
right?
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of people, they just immediately assumed
Yeah.
that because we had this physical thing that
Right.
looked different and in some cases better than what everybody else had in the trailer park, then we were going to start acting that way too. It brought up their stuff, their fear, their worry, their insecurity, and that sort of thing. I'm going to be psychic,
Okay.
and I'm going to be psychic with you if I have
Yes,
permission.
please.
Your fear of success, part of it is connected to how can I keep up with the level of success
True.
that I'm holding for myself.
True.
I'm already working really, really hard now, and I'm very successful. If I'm more successful than I already am, then how the heck am I going to keep up with
True.
it? So what's happening here is you have a little bit of a money butt frequency, which is creating a push-pull paralysis. You're pulling the desire to you because you know you're destined for success and financial freedom while you're simultaneously pushing it away. So he's doing all of the physical things.
So it's wearing me out.
Yes, it's wearing you out. You're doing all of the physical, action-oriented, blood, sweat, and tears things to attract the success while simultaneously, emotionally, vibrationally, intellectually even, and especially intuitively pushing it back because you're saying, I want the success, but I can't keep up with it right now. So you're still, and then the energy gets stuck like that. It's a temporary place, but your pattern, they're saying, if I may, is this is a pattern that's followed you since you were a kid. You will push and push and push until you're almost in the hospital, or you'll get sick, and then you'll have a breakthrough or a new awareness. Therefore, he breaks the pattern. The first time you broke it, the pattern was this big. The second time, this big. The third time, this big. You're getting ready to break your pattern. And that's good, and it scares you at the same time.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you. They
It
just said to me about you with the topic being about money is that's why sometimes there are things you feel you need to do business-wise, and it doesn't matter how much you tell yourself you need to do it, you just don't do it. And it's not a judgment. It is there. You just don't have it in you to do it because that thing you might do could be the thing that's the straw that breaks the camel's back, that makes huge success come to you. And if you're not prepared for it at the time, you could blow all kinds of fuses and mess up the success. In other words, you're psychically pulling the rug out from under yourself. This is not a Tony thing, everybody. This is an every human on the planet thing.
Right.
And the good news is you're still going to achieve the success. The better news is you're going to break the pattern so that when the success comes, it's not temporary success that could get pulled away, and then you start the old pattern all over again of working this hard and only making that much money.
Right.
That's big.
And I what's funny is something came up and I'm not going to say yet because I don't want to jinx it.
Right.
But something came up. Somebody emailed me and they said, we want you to submit something. And I was just like, why? Why would you want me to submit it? No, we think you'd be great for it. No, why would you want me to submit it? I don't, I'm blah, blah, blah. And it kept happening. And the person kept coming back, and I'm just like, I'll probably do it. John, when I say I probably will do it, or I'll try, or I'll try, I probably won't.
That's good information.
Yeah.
That's a pattern that was just exposed.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the deadline was today, and I came in this morning, and I was real busy, and I'm just like, what the hell? And I did
Boom.
it. And then I got an email back, said they loved it. And so,
Awesome.
I'm not saying that anything's going to come of it, maybe, but I didn't think they would even enjoy or like what I did. So they liked it. So
Well, to get feedback at all is pretty
and
impressive.
that immediately too.
Yeah, immediate feedback that quickly. And it wasn't because you were in your head about it. And it wasn't because the deadline was today and you had to do it. You just went, whatever, did it. That's good.
Yeah.
And
Normally I wouldn't have done it.
Well, you wouldn't have done it if you didn't feel it.
Right.
There wasn't a knot, K-N-O-T, in your gut brain. I always say, when you feel the knot, that means do not take action. When you feel a knot about having a conversation with somebody you feel uncomfortable with, that means do not have the conversation just yet because you haven't lined up enough energy or intention in this case.
Right.
Now, let's go over here with you, John.
Get him, Eddie.
So remember, there's
I
going
think this
to
will be the first time you've read for me.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, all this time we've known each other. Yeah, I mean, like little bits here and there, like
Yeah,
like
little
dinner or
sound
something.
bites.
Yeah, sound bites, but never. Yeah.
Well, hold on a second.
I know.
Okay, there's a few people that's coming into his life. Let me tell you what their name is. I'm joking. So remember, it's 3 things that you want to remember. We're going to get into the specificity of this, and it is number 1 is going to be about intention.
Okay.
Right now, we're talking about our sort of old patterns and neuroses.
Right.
Number 1 will be intention and how to set it. Number 2 is going to be about achieving vibrational harmony, and of course, number 3 is about what I call appreci-asking, especially in the oval mirror of life. What is your biggest thing about money right now, emotionally or mentally?
I think it's mentally and affecting me emotionally.
And what is it?
The fact that I need to charge more for my services.
Okay. I'm going to be psychic.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes.
When you go back and listen to this, you're going to hear this. You're going to hear this. This is the subconscious. Everybody, the subconscious is such a powerful tool. I know you're well versed in it.
Yeah.
The subconscious is the part of us that's invisible, non-physical, 100% pure positive energy. It's the part of us that always tells on us, meaning it always tells the truth. Even when you're all suited up in your armor and you're flowing your energy and everything, you're doing all the right action, you're saying all the right things. So whenever I asked you what it was, and I'm going to paraphrase it because I can't remember the exact sentence. Oh, you said, it's charging more for my services.
Yeah. I backed down.
So what did you feel when you heard that back?
Well, I'm a people pleaser, and I love working with people that I enjoy, and so it's hard for me to ask. But then when I think the expectation becomes more than what I feel the fee is, then that's when I got to step up because it's draining me and I need to work smarter, not harder.
Beautiful. Okay, so the interpretation of that from a psychic perspective is this. You have an old pattern where you give more than you get back, and it started when you were a little boy.
Exactly.
A lot of people can identify with that one. I can. I'm a people pleaser too, and it's hard for us to say no. As a matter of fact, Karen Drucker has a great song. It's called "N-O is my new yes." When I say no to that, I'm saying yes to me. And I think of yes as your electromagnetic soul.
Okay.
Because whatever you're saying yes to, meaning the things that feel good, you're going to get more of. But here's the thing. If you also believe, think, and feel that you're a people pleaser, what's the universe saying yes to?
Pleasing the people.
And then whenever in the past, and let's all go back to our childhoods because everything starts in the childhood. Everything's rooted to the core of the earth and our physicality that way.
Right.
But it's where the subconscious belief started to come to life. And then that subconscious belief started to run us. Are you a people pleaser?
Not as much.
Okay. But you started out
yes.
as one. Yeah. People pleaser.
Yes.
I'm a people pleaser. Are you a good kid?
Now or then?
Then.
Yes.
Are you a good kid? Then and now.
Mixed bag.
Yeah. Now, see, now let me tell you what happened. A little rebel jumped out of his solar plexus with what I'm going to call FU fuel shields. And you'll get to the point where you will have a breaking point. Nobody on planet Earth might know it but you. Does that make sense? So, good kid, good kid, good kid. People pleaser, people pleaser, people pleaser, which equates to feelings create 99.99% of our reality. I often feel that I give this much out and I get this much back. That doesn't just mean at work, everybody. That means standing in line at Starbucks. That means waiting at the front door to sign in. That means in traffic, getting on the bus, getting off the bus. If you're the polite one and you hold the door open and somebody just walks through and just doesn't even acknowledge it, it can hurt your feelings. There you go. Sensitive, empathic, intuitive, which means you can also accidentally pick up other people's hurt, their pain, or their sadness, or their shortcomings, which as a little boy you would confuse as your own. I can be feeling good in this moment playing, and then somebody walks into the room that's not feeling good, and you're wondering if that negative feeling they're feeling is directed at you because you can't tell the difference between the authority's energy and yours, which then sets you up on a trajectory of needing to outdo, but you don't announce it. I'm going to conquer the world, like Madonna. Bless her heart. You don't announce it to anybody. You just start building this mental thing here and in your heart as well. So let's go back to it for 1 second. I know I need to charge more for my services. Why?
Because I deserve it and I'm producing a good product.
Good. You deserve it and you're producing a good product. Okay, that was true and honest. It was absolutely to the core of his being honest. But also you jump from your heart and gut up to your head. And there was a little kid in there justifying. It wasn't the same kid that went, I'll show you. So why do you deserve it? Why are you turning out a good product? Why do you deserve it, John?
Because I believe in what I'm doing and how it's helping other people and just be able to support the host. I mean, and getting the word out there.
Good. And why do you do that automatically? Why do you give more?
Why do I give more?
Yeah.
I think it's always just been part of me as long as I can remember.
And why has it always been a part of you as long as you can remember? Go deep. Go down to your solar plexus in your heart. Why have you always just given more since as long as you can remember? Why do you give more?
I think I just was raised that way.
You were raised that way, but why? A lot of us were raised to have manners and a lot of us don't. So you were raised that way, but why do you give more? Why do you instinctually give more? Why do you habitually give more? Why do you, out of habit, give more and do more than you sometimes even need to? Because I want to get back.
I think it's appreciation.
Oh, look at you. Yeah. That's why number 3 is appreci-asking. Oh, God. So you want to be appreciated. And so would you say if you give this much work out that you get that much appreciation back? Did it start out that way?
It depends on the person, I think. Yeah.
Good. Okay. And if you give out that much, do you always get that much back?
Not always.
Okay. And so what triggers you? This is good, y'all. This is good stuff. I feel like I'm Sally Eddie Raphael. I need some big red glasses and some. Yeah. I got a red wig. What?
A wag wig.
Okay. So this trigger.
Yeah.
The word trigger. when you give 100% and somebody appreciates it 20%, you're triggered.
Yeah.
And internally.
Yeah, I'm learning the difference between kindness and business, and I don't have a really good sense of boundaries. And I think that that's one of the biggest things that I've learned is needing to set those boundaries and sort of getting the expectations up front and knowing sort of what I'm working with before I get into it, and then but I also give out of my heart, and but it's interesting with business because it's kindness you give without expectation of receiving, but business, it's a little different thing because you're helping them with their product, so to speak, or their show, which is a form of marketing and PR for and also getting a message out that they're and so this is something I've definitely learned this year.
Okay. Do you think you can have that balance of kindness and business simultaneous, or do you believe it doesn't exist?
Oh, it does.
I had lunch today with a good friend of mine, and one of the things he was talking about were certain business deals that were closing, and the goal was to get them closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, definitely before today. And now we just come out of a holiday, and he was off work the holiday day, the day after the holiday, Saturday and Sunday. So it was 4 straight days, almost 5. And that was his birthday. It was Thanksgiving. It was a football day. It was all kinds of fun. Everything was fun, fun, fun. He's exhausted, but because he had so much fun, that's why he's exhausted. So when we were having lunch, he said, oh my God. And then I got into work, and then I immediately went into problem-solving mode. I was very serious. I was very responsible, and I'm embellishing some of this on purpose. And, all of the worry, all of the stress, all of the like pulling my hair out and chewing my fingernails, it didn't go wasted because I closed those 3 deals. And I said, so did you just say to me that the worry, the fear, and the stress is how you closed those 3 big money deals? And he went, oh, yes, yes, yes. I said, absolutely not. What do you think actually made those deals close faster than normal? He said, well, I'm a responsible business person. I said, everybody knows that. Well, I work really hard. Nobody will argue with that. What really did it? You had fun. 4 days, almost 5 days of nothing but birthday stuff, going to sports events he loved, going to the Magic Castle, all of these things that he loved that made him feel good in his gut, brain, his heart, mind, and in his head. Right hemisphere of the brain and left hemisphere of the brain. And he was in the pure positive mode of what I call appreci-asking. He was feeling good. He felt, this is good, this is coming now differently. He felt appreciated. He felt seen. He felt heard. He felt connected. He felt aligned. And he was having fun, fun, fun. Is fun a high frequency, which is abundant, opulent prosperity consciousness and wealth generating, or is it low?
No, it's up there.
Yeah, fun is way up there. A lot of people don't know that they can have fun with their job.
Oh yeah, no. I think that's what I do is it's a passion.
I do too.
Yeah, I think but at the same time, appreciation doesn't pay the bills.
Oh, yes, it does. Now, I love you, John Williams, but let me tell you what you did. You said, no, I have fun. I have a lot of passion. But let me tell you something. Appreciation doesn't pay the bills, but it does. Okay. Having fun brings wealth faster. But there's this thing, and this is one of the things my friend was talking about. He's like, wow, it literally clicked for him. Okay. And he went, I've got to find a way to take this stuff that I think of as fun and bring it into work. This is him talking about fun. And then he started talking about work. He went, well,
So, yeah.
His whole disposition changed.
Compartmentalized.
So you're responsible. You're serious. You're professional. But you're also kind. You're a kind, professional, fun person at what you do. But for some reason, somebody taught you that you kind of can't be both consistently and get what you want. Oh my God, you know what they just showed me? You know what your inner child just showed me? You know what his inner child just showed me? You want me to tell you? Can I tell you?
Please.
Your inner child, say, well, they learned it from, I think, a female. I could be wrong about
Mm-hmm.
the authority, but I feel like it's a female. There's a female in your life that your inner child learned that when they were pushed up against the wall, they had to throw a fit, throw a tantrum, slam a door, slam a cabinet to show just how upset they were, even though the people in the room, you included, didn't know why they were upset. You just went into fix-it mode, even though it wasn't your job to fix it. So you will find that there's this pattern your inner child has. When you get fed up and fed up and fed up and fed up, you might slam
Explode?
a cabinet door. Yeah.
Well, I hold it in. I implode versus explode.
Good. So
Yeah.
why? Why? One sentence or less. I implode instead of explode because, well, first of all, that's way more professional, don't you think, Eddie? It is in the corporate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll go to
Yeah.
the bathroom and I'll kill a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah, but I don't. That's the thing. It's all inside.
Now, where
I don't
do-
never punch anything. I don't ever. Yeah.
So where does that inside, frustrated, addicted, push, pull, negative belief about I'm not seen and heard the way I would like to, even though I'm producing, where does that contradicted energy go? Where does it go in your life?
Where does it go?
Yeah, where does it go?
Frustration and anger.
Where does it go?
Where does it go?
Stomach. For sure.
Oh, and the body you're talking about.
And where else?
Well, I think it emanates outward, doesn't it? Is that what
And
you're saying?
goes where? Yeah, you're right on point.
Okay.
Inward, and then you can't hold it for long, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
it starts to emanate outward, and then it affects which areas of your life.
Money,
And what else?
relationships.
What else? The body. What else?
Yeah.
Traffic on the
I
405.
would say everything, right?
What else? Yeah, it literally affects everything.
Mm-hmm.
What a lot of us don't know about magnetizing money, it's not working hard. The belief is on planet Earth for 99% of the people, you have to have a job in order to make
Money.
And the word money in and of itself is the biggest contradiction of all, because no two people have the same belief about how money can come to them. And if somebody who works as hard as we did, because that's accurate, people who worked as hard as we were trained to work, where we worked this hard and we made that much money,
Yeah.
when our authorities, when our parents saw other people work that hard and make this much money, what did they say about those people?
Those stinking bastards.
Rich people are assholes. They had all of these beliefs about people who actually had prosperity, consciousness, and financial freedoms, and they projected that out. But who ended up following the pattern of our parents?
We do.
We do. And so your inner child has this pattern that when you ultimately aren't getting back an exchange of energy for the amount of work you put out versus the monetary compensation you get back, it starts to build inside of you. And then that energy must go out somewhere. Now, you do implode. I'm an imploder too, except for that poor lady today at Starbucks who was blocking traffic everywhere. I am so sorry, girl. I've been praying for you all day, and myself too. Sending you light, because it was a trigger. And I won't go into it, but long story short, I was like, where did that come from? I had my venti caramel macchiato ice grande ad shot coconut milk old school upside down, okay, and a spinach feta wrap. I was a happy person. I got rock star parking. I pulled around. I liked the kid that was working with me at Starbucks. I'm like tuned in, tapped in, turned on. I'm listening to Sylvester on Studio 54 Sirius Radio. Okay. And then all of a sudden I'm like, and I felt so bad afterwards. I cried all the way home. But I had to figure out what the trigger was. Where did it come from? Do you think I was tired?
I'm sure.
Do you think I was a little more exhausted than I realized I was? Do you think I'd put out more than I was giving back? Do you think I missed my exercise this morning? And yesterday too? I did. So what happens? There was an uneven exchange of energy.
Yeah.
Now I want to go right to the core of the psychic piece.
Okay.
Your pattern Well, let's go right to the 3 because this is how it perfectly fits everybody and everybody out there in webisode land too. So 3 things to remember so that you can attract monetary freedom.
Okay.
Number 1 is intention. Now, why is intention important?
It sets your energy on focus, like the focus point, the focal point,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
And is intention invisible or is it physical?
Depends.
How is it physical or non-physical for you? Intention.
Well, intention, of course, it's the gut brain.
Yep.
Definitely is something that I go by is my intention. But physically, it can affect me physical.
There you go.
From stomach ache or whatever.
Yep. So intention for me as an intuitive is, which arrived to this room today first? Your bodies or your intentions about showing up here?
Intentions about showing up here.
Intention is an invisible thought which activates invisible images in the psyche, in the third eye, which activates intentional non-physical movement forward at first, and then your body starts to move toward the destination. So what always arrives to the date first? Your intention. What arrives to work first? Your intention. Let's say you're going to work, and let's say your intention is this. What's a good intention? My intention is that I am going to be at the right place at the right time with the right people. How am I going to make sure that that intention fulfills me and makes me happy? How can I amplify it? I'm going to listen to Studio 54. I am going to sing Like a Virgin, which is so funny. I'm going to sing Vogue. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to feel good. Music is an activator of Appreci-Asking. Anything, beauty, nature, music, kindness, you really respond to kindness. And you respond to appreciation, which is a form of kindness. Kindness, appreciation, music, and anything that makes you feel good and happy is what? Wealth. It is a wealth feeling consciousness, which brings us money faster. Working this hard to make this much money, or being happy watching the leaves fall from the trees with our caramel macchiato while listening to Sylvester, while sitting on the side of the road, just feeling connected to source.
So when we're worried about the money, then we're getting less of it because we're focusing on what we don't want versus what we do want.
When we worry about money, the money stops.
So when we focus on the dancing and the singing and the nature and all of that, then that shows that we're not worrying. We're focusing on the present moment.
And the money
lost in the money.
And the money flows.
Yeah.
But then also what they say is do something you love and it's never a job.
Yes.
But in many cases, I've started doing that. I would start something that was a hobby and turn it into a job because I thought that would be a really good way of loving.
Okay, good. So let's go right to this. Answer without thinking. Answer from your gut, okay?
Ooh, okay.
Here you go. Lord. When I do a hobby, I always feel
happy.
When I go to work, I often feel.
Well, it's complex. It's mixed emotions.
There you go. Push-pull.
Yeah.
So hobbies always feel good, but then when the hobby becomes work, that's where the beliefs start push-pulling you. A hobby feels good, which means you're literally summoning pure positive energy that creates worlds. You're in wealth consciousness. You are a prosperity cocoon of energy, magnetizing more wealth and riches and happiness and well-being to you, because success isn't about money. We know that. It is about how you feel from the inside out. So if my intention arrives to this station first, whose job is it to make sure that when I physically walk in, my intention is through the roof and in a wealth bubble? Whose job is that?
Mine.
It's mine. It's yours. It's yours. It's y'all's job to make me feel good.
Eddie, you sure purty.
Thank you. You got a purty mouth too. I'll crack you back later. Oh. But long story short, it is intention. Intention is an invisible thought that goes forward into the universe and also on the earth plane, and it meets us when we get there. Here's a primal example. If you're going out on a date tonight at 7 o'clock, Hey.
Who is?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have a date?
All right.
Well, with my hand.
Oh, well.
I was like,
I'm just trying. I don't want to out anybody. That's what jazz hands really mean. Oh, I'm done.
that's
No, for
funny.
real. If you're going out on a date tonight at 7 o'clock, which will arrive to your date first? Your feelings and thought about the date or your body?
Feelings and thoughts.
Your feelings and thoughts. So if your feelings and thoughts are anxiety ridden, nervousness, are they going to think I should have wore a girdle? In my case, a myrtle, which is sort of a hurdle, which makes me want to hurdle. But anyway, so what arrives to the date? The second you walk in the door and they see you, they're not seeing you. They are seeing you as you feel you are.
Okay. So is an intention the same thing as an expectation or a goal?
An expectation is a vibration that always brings a manifestation. So an intention, if your expectation is greater than your intention, you're going to get the expectation first.
Okay.
If your intention is more pure than an expectation, you will get some of the intention and some of the expectation. If your intention is to do a great job when you get to work and your expectation is you're working with an asshole when you get there,
don't look at me.
your energy will be good when you get there, but then that asshole is going to do what? Absolutely prove you right 100% of the time. So number one, intention, you must line up your thoughts, your feelings, and your frequencies first. Project that forward so that when your physical apparatus walks through the door to the date or the office or payday, whatever it is, you are in a wealth consciousness. You're in a wealth bubble. It's simple. It's so simple. It's really complicated because you were taught if you didn't work hard, if you were irresponsible, what was going to happen?
You lose your job.
Oh, look at that. You lose the thing that feels like a push-pull anyway. And so we're always so working hard at trying to turn chicken shit into chicken salad here on the earth plane. And you're good at it. You're an alchemist. You can take a chicken shit sort of landscape and turn some cute stuff out of it. But still, you got to put on your cover boots and your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
Number two is achieve vibrational harmony. What does that mean? If you want to achieve vibrational harmony, which means invisible feeling connection to. Oh, that was good.
That was good.
Invisible feeling connection to wealth. What kinds of things do you need to harmonize with in the mind and solar plexus? What kinds of things? If I want more money, what kinds of things do I need to vibrationally align myself with in order to get more money? Do I need to work harder? Or do I need to appreciate everything I can wrap my brain and my heart and my soul around?
The attitude of gratitude.
And let me tell you how huge that is.
It is.
You can literally be working in a space you don't want to be in. If your intention is one of appreciation, consistently, gratitude, I'm going to find things in this room that make me feel good, then your energy is up, which is high frequency, which is prosperity consciousness. The biggest mistake we make on this planet, honestly, is we use the word money. We say the word money. Did you know every time we say the word money, that we activate 5 to 7 generations of what our ancestors believed about how money comes to you?
Wow.
And I don't know about y'all, but we was a poor bunch of people for about 7 to 10 generations.
Wow.
Poor.
Yeah.
So we're activating poverty often.
Wow.
And we simultaneously, in every atom, cell, and molecule in our entire body, trillions and trillions and trillions of cells in the body are going, contradiction, contradiction, work hard, not enough, work hard, not enough. That's often what money means. So I would replace the word money with wealth consciousness or rich thoughts or prosperity or ease, financial freeze, monetary fluidity. You can trick the subconscious into supporting these new words your little inner child and your parents never used. I mean, that's huge,
It
right?
is, yeah.
So to achieve vibrational harmony with something that feels rich to you, what kinds of things would you lock onto?
What kind of things would I lock on to?
Yeah, mentally, emotionally. What would you lock onto? I'm coming to you next.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. I lock onto anything in nature that makes me feel good. Why do people hug trees? I'm totally serious about this. Why do people hug trees?
Crazy. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Why do they
Well,
hug
make
trees?
out
Because
to-
apparently they love nature so much they want to express their appreciation.
And which has a pure frequency about money, a tree or a human?
A money tree.
And there are such things, by the way.
Yeah, and probably
just
somebody's
teasing you.
a tree's parent or something got cut down and made into money.
See, I'm going to still flow my energy because my intention is higher than this. Okay.
Well, money, I mean, that word, money, is a form of energy, correct?
100%.
Okay. So we have to change our beliefs about the energy.
Of money.
Money, yeah.
Good. And so if money is energy, and it is, if your energy, and you are, and your belief about how money comes to you is also an energetic belief that either makes it come to you or doesn't come to you, you go out and hug a tree and authentically feel gratitude, feel the groundedness of that tree, feel the energy being pulled through that tree and down into the earth plane, into the root system, you have achieved vibrational harmony with monetary freedom. When someone's kind and they see you, you've achieved vibrational harmony with monetary freedom. And step 3, which sounds very similar to what we're already talking about, is what I call appreci-asking. Goes back to you, and it goes back to you, and me too. I have real issues with asking. I am not good at it. I know I should. You know, corporate America loves that most people have issues with asking because we're the ones who have to set our pay rate, and then we have to ask for what we want. They know we're not going to ask for this. They know we're going to ask for that. And then when we go and ask for this, they're going to slap us down anyway.
Yeah.
So it works for corporate America.
So like on the application where it says desired salary.
Bam.
So most people, well, not most, but a lot of people,
Yep.
Especially nowadays.
Most people.
they are like, oh, I don't know what to put down for that. And then they'll maybe go research Glassdoor, or they'll research something to get an idea
Yeah.
what would be, and I see that.
And they
a
don't
lot.
want to answer it honestly,
No.
but they can't go too low.
No.
So they're caught between a rock and a hard place, which is a contradiction. It is a money contradiction that puts
Yeah.
you back into a damned if I do, damned if I don't. I can't ask for what I know I deserve because I might not get the job, which I don't really want because it's a job that feels like this, not a job that feels like come to me with financial freedom. So when you appreciate something, this is how I got past asking, and we'll tie this up in about 4 minutes. How I learned to ask was by not asking at all.
Okay.
So if I had to ask for a raise, I swear I would have to wear Depends and take Imodium AD because I was a train wreck. I would break out in hives, child.
Wow.
And I would literally, and I just hated it.
Is that because your fear of being told no, rejected? What is the fear?
I was not allowed to ask. A good boy does not ask for what he wants. A good kid keeps his mouth shut and is seen and heard and speaks when you're spoken to. When we would go to a store, what's the first thing our parents said? Put your hands in your pocket, keep your mouth shut, and don't you effing ask for anything.
My parents did do that, but
Yeah, but I mean
Some
that,
of them.
that
I could see that. Yeah.
but a lot of people's big issue is asking for what we
They want.
feel
Yeah.
we deserve first, and then
Right.
we'll ask for what we want after we know it's safe to
Got it.
ask the powers that be. We think that there's some person in front of us or company in front of us that is controlling our salary.
So the difference between want and need.
Oh,
is
it's
what you're saying.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Desire. Would you rather be with somebody in a relationship that needs you or wants you?
Wants.
Would you rather be in a relationship with somebody who needs you, wants you, or desires you?
wants.
I would say wants.
Desire.
Why desire?
Because wanting is something that they will want whether you're in the room or not. Need is a lower frequency. Want is a medium frequency. And pure desire, with no contradiction, is the highest frequency of all.
Desire is what? We'll break down that word. then.
Desire for, like achieving harmony with financial freedom,
Okay.
is the same for me personally as listening to music I love, walking in nature, meditating, watching something inspirational on TV. That desire, and I am merging with the consciousness of that. I don't want it. I don't need it. I am simply achieving oneness with it.
Isn't it interesting because I brought that point about desired salary, right?
Yeah.
They use the word desired, right? They don't use like
Want
need
salary.
salary or want salary.
Yeah, but that can be a head thing
Yeah.
and less of a heart thing. You know what you feel you deserve, and asking for it
Okay.
and knowing it's two different things. That's
Yeah.
where the contradiction comes in. So
Okay.
we're going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes. So the purest way to ask for what you want is through appreciating all things that feel like the equal frequency to financial freedom.
Okay.
So whatever that might be for you or anybody that's out there, I'm going to throw some things. What blocks money is when you worry,
Yeah.
when you have a fear about it. Not appreciating the money you have always blocks more money. Seeing your customers, your clients as a paycheck instead of as people, that will block and stop your money. Mental manipulation and mental gymnastics that we do with ourselves to try to get the universe to bring us money, that's going to slow you down. Negative beliefs, being in a poverty consciousness and focusing on things you don't want. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about anything. If you're focusing on traffic, you don't want that. You're blocking your money. If you're paying attention to the people who are polite to you, your money is flowing. When you feel good, your money is flowing. When you feel negative emotion, it simply stops. It doesn't go away. It just stops wherever it is in your energy field. So this whole show has been about magnetizing money using metaphysical principles. And the three things that we all want you to remember out there in Tony Sweetland is this. Number one, intention is everything. The more pure your thoughts, feelings, and frequency or your intention that goes out, the more you're going to attract prosperity, consciousness, and monetary freedom. Number two, achieve vibrational harmony with the essence, the feeling, and the energy of what feels like wealth and happiness and well-being to you. And number three, if you don't like to ask, appreciate everything around you that is working for you. Appreciate everything that feels good. Appreciate everybody that supports you. Appreciate the way you support yourselves. Be grateful for the things that are working for you in non-physical, and be absolutely constantly, perpetually giving thanksgiving to any and all things that make you feel good from the inside out. And that is the best way to ask for what you want without asking with your words and your action.
Okay.
If you can do those three things, number one, intention, number two, and achieve vibrational harmony with that intention, and then Appreci-Ask, I swear you're going to attract monetary freedom and ease easily.
And if you want more information, you can go to eddieconner.com and you can order Magnetizing Money, right?
Oh, yeah.
The DVD, and
Hello.
find out more information, or you can just listen to this podcast or video back on YouTube. You can listen to us on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and on our UBN host page. And we really appreciate you guys for sticking
thank you,
around with
Eddie.
us.
Thank
And
you,
Eddie,
John.
such a great job. Did
Yeah.
a great job, but we had to cancel today, so Eddie kicked his butt in gear and
Well, it was
did a
spirit
great
in
job.
motion because I needed it.
Yeah, so maybe
I
that
did
was
too.
the
I
maybe.
need a little bit of momentum.
Me too. So I think we all need a little bit, especially around the holidays. Money gets tight.
Oh yeah.
And but we want to thank you. Go to truthbetoldwebtv.com and find out who's coming up next week. I know we have a great psychic coming in.
Yeah.
So you can find out about her on the website, and you can stick around for the Shar Vision. Shar Margolis. Her show's coming up in about 10 minutes. So John, thank you for sitting in.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
thanks for being
Appreciate it.
brave.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I was brave.
Yeah.
I was really putting it out there with the boss here and me.
I know. I'm like staring like.
Oh, Lord. See, I didn't even think of it that way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I didn't. It would have been a contradiction.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll get a button, Anyway, so this is Tony Sweet.
I'm Eddie Conner.
And I'm John Williams. Thank
You're
you.
listening to Truth Be Told on Web TV right here on Universal Broadcasting Network.
Bye, y'all.
See you next week.